Now, once inside the lovely Nissen hut, we sat in what Roland called the library, and we both smoked pipes then, so I lit mine and he lit his and Alan lit a cigarette, and we just asked him about monasticism. And by goodness me, he could talk for a hermit. Well, a semi-hermit was our Roland. But he used to laugh so much. At one point, his whole face was alight. He was laughing and talking about following the Lord. And the sparks were coming out of his pipe, and his jumper was on fire. It was smouldering. And I said to him, Roland, your jumper's on fire. He says, oh, that's okay, don't worry about it. Let's just carry on talking about the things of God. But you know, I used to go back and forward after that up to see Roland for nearly 10 years. And some of the memorable points are lying in this very, very narrow room. It was so cold, you used to have to sleep in a duffel, you know, a duffel gown, is it, with a hat on and a scarf around your face, and my nose was freezing. And the only thing you had to have a pee was a pot that he gave you. And I remember peeing this pot and it leaked at the side, and I had to put it on the side so it wouldn't leak out. And I was thinking to myself, what the hell am I learning about God here? What am I learning about monasticism? Why can't he just give us the formula for life? And what I didn't know was I was actually living it. I was living it as it was lived, with the brothers in their small Nissan hut, with their 6-foot sheds at the back, which spoke about anonymity, vulnerability, dependency on God. And you know, these were the things that Roland gave to the Northumbria community. He gave us this message: if you want a monastic life, you have to be dependent on God. You have to be available. You have to be vulnerable. You have to be authentic. And these people are people who we shouldn't forget, because it's so often the life that we were called to live gets covered over. I'm standing here in Patmos thinking to myself, it's now been nearly 30 years of following this path of availability and vulnerability. And you know, my goodness me, if there hadn't have been people like Roland Wars, Linda and I, and those who have come after us, could never have lived this life. This life where we own nothing, we have nothing, we are not have no security, because our security has to be in the love of God. Thank you, Roland Wars. I'm going to finish off with a story now. On the very beach, I think, that Roland came to seek God, to look and find a monk. I'm going to finish off with this story because it's so important, because it is a stone, a memory stone in the development of the Northumbria community.